Our story begins with Jeff Wayne's musical version of War of the Worlds. As a 12-year-old, I managed to get my hands on the double LP. The imagery and the music had such a deep impact on me. In my mind, I imagined the Martians with quivering lips, the heat ray, and the cylinder in Horsell Commons, the alien tripods, and through the whole story, the struggle of mankind. In 2013, I shared the soundtrack with my wife Christine, who experienced it for the first time. We listened together in a dark room one evening, with the warmth and glow of a fire adding to our experience.
I was so taken with the way the music and acting brought up so much emotion inside me. It reminded me of listening to radio dramas.
The CBS Radio Mystery Theater.
Usually mysteries when I was about 10. And then introducing radio dramas to my kids.
Late? Oh, hi! Welcome to Odyssey.
I'm Russell Cullingworth.
And I'm Christine Cullingworth. And we're the founders of ProDio Audio Learning, Inc., the first ever mobile audio learning platform in the world, using storytelling and scenario learning to make complex ideas simple. We sound design with a variety of media to make our learning engaging and as sticky as possible.
In the summer of 2016, I was taking a long online video-based marketing course. It was fairly interesting and informative, but I was stuck in front of my computer the whole time, staring at the screen. Most of the time, I had to watch the instructor's talking head or read their slides. But occasionally they would refer to something on screen, so I couldn't just listen. That evening, I said to Christine, what if people didn't need to be in front of their screen to learn?
We started brainstorming about what that would look like if we took our talents and put them together. How would we create an app that would help people learn in audio?
Okay.
I absolutely love Radiolab and the way they use sound, and I thought, why can't we do a course that's more like a radio drama? The name ProDio is a combination of 3 words: professional, development, audio. We came up with that in the kitchen, and when we researched it, we found that ProDio was Latin for advance or move forward. And that was perfect in the light of learning and development, which enables individuals and companies to advance or move forward. And we have a mobile app, which allows listeners to learn while literally moving forward, as in commuting, walking, cycling.
Thanks for going, Metro. You're on this ride together.
I'd been teaching emotional intelligence through in-person workshops for over 8 years. It was a lot of work preparing for these sessions, and my audience size was limited to about 30. I thought that audio courses would be a way for me to teach the same emotional intelligence and leadership content, but in a much more dynamic and practical way. So we began building our first course. It wasn't easy to figure it out. We wanted stories, scenarios, sound effects, actors, media clips, expert guests, but we didn't want it to sound overdone or cheesy. We wanted funny, but appropriate funny, if you know what I mean. We wanted to get the balance right. We wanted to engage the listener's imagination in an impactful way, just like the War of the Worlds. Take a listen to this excerpt from my course, Leading Through Influence. I think this captures the essence of the power of audio storytelling and scenario learning. Imagine this. It's November 1916. World War I, pre-dawn in the Battle of the Somme in France. Captain Charles Hudson of the British 5th Army, 8th Corps, is hunkered down with his infantry battalion in the waterlogged trenches in the front lines, facing the Germans to the east. The men sit and wait amongst a litter of old tins and torn sandbags, peering occasionally over the edge of the crumbling trench wall to be sure that the enemy is not on the move. The freezing rain is incessant and it dampens the men's spirit and drenches their clothing. But Captain Hudson is obsessed with the idea that a dawn charge would result in panic and failure in the enemy defenses. But this is a view not shared by the men around him. For Captain Hudson, this is his moment for glory. So he walks the lines, yelling at his men to get ready for the charge. At 6 a.m., at the crack of dawn, he will give the command to charge the enemy. He picks up one young soldier and lifts him up to his feet by the scruff of his neck and yells, "Are you ready, son? Because when I say charge, we're going to charge." And he walks up and down the line, giving similar commands to all of his men. This is his moment, and as 6 a.m. arrives, he gives the command, "Charge!" And he goes rushing out over the trench wall. As he runs into no man's land and the enemy's bullets start exploding around him, he turns around, and the last thing he sees is all of his men still hunkered safely in the bunker behind him. The moral of the story is that when, as a leader, you're wanting to yell charge, you best be sure that your team is ready to follow. I'm Russell Cullingworth. Welcome to this course on Leading Through Influence.
So that's our why. For the most part, we've achieved what we talked about in the beginning. Over 2,500 evaluations, averaging 4.46 out of 5, and amazing comments from users have confirmed that busy professionals appreciate top-quality audio learning.
And audio has some additional benefits we didn't realize. It's easier, faster, and cheaper to produce and update. We make complex ideas simple through powerful and impactful storytelling and scenario learning. It's what we love to do, and it's what we do best.
Go to ProdioLearning.com or contact us at russell@ProdioLearning.com. We'd love to hear from you.